Welcome back to ChatGPT Insights, the channel that brings you the bleeding edge of AI and tech. The pace of innovation is absolutely breakneck, and if you blink, you might miss the next big thing. Today, we've got a packed show with some truly game-changing updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Get ready, because the future is happening now. First up, is Gemini poised to dethrone ChatGPT as the king of AI? We've got betting market data that might shock you. Then, we're diving deep into a massive partnership that's shaking up the cloud computing world as Google Cloud and Oracle join forces. After that, we're shifting gears to the wild west of crypto, where Gemini Exchange is making moves toward an IPO, and it involves Ripple and a stablecoin. And finally, we're taking a trip down memory lane with a fascinating look back at a legendary Gemini space mission that faced extreme challenges. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an update. Gemini's ascent. Betting markets predict AI supremacy. In the rapidly evolving landscape of artificial intelligence, prediction markets are emerging as fascinating barometers of future technological dominance. While ChatGPT has long held a seemingly unshakable position, new data from the prediction market, Kalshi, suggests a significant shift in sentiment. A striking 57% of bettors are now wagering that Google's Gemini will emerge as the leading text-based AI model by the close of 2025. This surge in confidence for Gemini is not without cause, as Google has strategically rolled out a series of impactful updates in recent months, capturing investor attention and bolstering its competitive standing. On August 15th, Google unveiled a suite of innovations, including a novel storybook mode, an enhanced reasoning model, and temporary conversations designed with user privacy at their core. The market's reaction was swift and pronounced. Within just 24 hours, support for Gemini on Kalshi jumped from 48.1% to 57%, creating a substantial lead over its rivals. This momentum was further amplified by the introduction of Gemini 2.5, marketed as a thinking AI capable of deep analysis before generating responses. With an impressive processing capacity of up to 2 million tokens and advanced multimodality encompassing text, image, audio, video, and code, Gemini 2.5 is squarely aimed at developers and enterprises prioritizing performance and reliability. Performance metrics underscore this upward trajectory. Gemini 2.5 currently leads in human preference rankings on LM Arena and boasts a strong 63.8% score on SWE Bench Verified, indicating exceptional coding capabilities. This technical prowess stands in stark contrast to the challenges faced by competitors like OpenAI. The recent, somewhat controversial, launch of ChatGPT-5 drew considerable criticism, prompting CEO Sam Altman to publicly defend the product against an increasingly skeptical user base. The prediction market scenario on Kalshi is set to conclude on December 31st, with the winning model determining payouts for bettors, verified by LM Arena. The total volume traded on this prediction market has already reached an impressive $7.4 million. While Google solidifies its position, rivals are experiencing turbulence. xAI's Grok model, for instance, has encountered a difficult period. Accusations of political bias led to the withdrawal of several controversial posts, some of which were deemed scandalous for appearing to endorse Adolf Hitler. These widely reported missteps have significantly eroded user trust and contributed to a decline in Grok's rating on Kalshi, from 18.8% down to 15%. Meanwhile, ChatGPT maintains a resilient presence, holding 43% of the overall market share on Kalshi, a testament to its loyal user base and established interface, despite the dip in prediction favorability. However, the competitive dynamics are in constant flux. Emerging players like DeepSeek are disrupting the established order. Their Prover 2 model, specifically designed for mathematical tasks, has shown a remarkable 195% increase in performance, reshaping the competitive landscape in this dynamic sector. The battleground for AI supremacy is also extending beyond language models to encompass access to strategic data. Perplexity's surprising $34.5 billion offer to acquire Chrome, Google's flagship browser, exemplifies this shift, highlighting the critical importance of controlling online information flows for training next-generation AIs. OpenAI is closely monitoring this development, underscoring the strategic value of data access in the AI race. Amidst this intense competition, regulatory bodies are increasing their scrutiny. G7 antitrust authorities are contemplating measures to curb dominant market positions, and both Google and Meta are already facing legal challenges that could potentially impede their expansion plans. These regulatory pressures serve as a reminder that the AI competition is as much about institutional and political maneuvering as it is about technological advancement. Ultimately, the bets placed on Kalshi reflect more than just speculative interest. They signal a tangible shift in global AI power dynamics. Gemini's technical advantages are clear, but its ultimate success will hinge on a complex interplay of regulation, geopolitics, and sustained user trust. The race for AI dominance by 2025 could very well resemble a new technological Cold War, where every strategic move carries significant weight. Hold on tight, the AI race is heating up. Next, we explore how cloud giants are battling it out in the AI arena. Cloud Colossus, Google and Oracle forge AI alliance. In the relentless pursuit of leadership in the cloud and AI wars, a compelling blend of technological innovation and strategic go-to-market approaches is paramount. Google Cloud and Oracle are proving this axiom, extending their competitive advantage by integrating Gemini services directly into the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. This customer-centric move is poised to be transformative, offering enterprises streamlined access to high-value AI innovations and compelling other major cloud vendors to rethink their traditional market strategies. The broader implications for enterprise customers are exceptionally positive, promising increased choice, greater openness, and more flexible integration possibilities, all while reducing complexity, rigidity, and the risk of vendor lock-in. Oracle customers can now leverage Google's most advanced AI models, starting with Gemini 2.5 through Oracle's generative AI service. This integration allows them to develop AI agents for diverse applications, including multimodal understanding, sophisticated coding tasks, productivity enhancements, workflow automation, and in-depth research. Oracle's roadmap includes making the full spectrum of Gemini models available via its OCI generative AI service, incorporating cutting-edge capabilities for video, image, speech, and music generation, alongside specialized industry models like MedLM. This expansion is supported by new integrations with Vertex AI. Thomas Kurian, CEO of Google Cloud, emphasized the significance of this partnership. Leading enterprises are increasingly using Gemini to power AI agents across various use cases and industries. By making our leading models accessible within Oracle environments, we are simplifying the deployment of powerful AI agents for developers and streamlining data integration tasks for customers. Clay Magwiak, president of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, highlighted Oracle's strategic approach. Oracle is committed to offering a curated selection of premier AI models for the enterprise, encompassing both open and proprietary options. The availability of Gemini on OCI generative AI service underscores our dedication to delivering potent, secure, and cost-effective AI solutions that empower customer innovation. Both executives underscored the importance of driving better business outcomes and accelerating innovation timelines for their customers, offering simpler choices. These advancements are critical as harnessing agentic AI becomes a top CEO priority for operational acceleration, improved decision-making, and the creation of new growth avenues. Kevin Ikpurani, Google Cloud's president for Global Partner Ecosystem, elaborated on Google Cloud's commitment to customer success through strategic partnerships. Our objective is to enable organizations to lead their industries by confidently adopting generative AI at scale. This collaboration with Oracle aligns with Google Cloud's strategy of meeting customers wherever they operate, making our AI models readily accessible. Offering Gemini through Oracle's OCI generative AI service simplifies access for Oracle customers. Ikpurani further confirmed that Oracle sales teams will actively offer Google Cloud Gemini services. Customers benefit from greater flexibility in acquiring our AI tools, with Gemini available through both Oracle and Google Cloud sales channels. Oracle customers can utilize their Oracle Universal credits to access Gemini, supported by Google Cloud's comprehensive training and enablement resources. Federico Toretti, Oracle's Senior Director of Product Marketing, explained Oracle's vision for the partnership. Oracle aims to provide customers with a carefully curated portfolio of the most capable generative AI models for enterprise applications. We are AI-agnostic, offering the best solutions available, not just those we've developed internally. This partnership with Google exemplifies our AI strategy. Toretti also noted that collaborations with hyperscalers like Google Cloud help overcome data gravity challenges, enabling enterprises to run critical AI workloads where their data resides. We are focused on partnering with leading AI innovators to help customers achieve their business objectives. While Microsoft and Oz lead in overall cloud business size, Google Cloud and Oracle are demonstrating faster growth, substantial future pipelines, and a more agile, customer-centric approach to market engagement. This bold partnership strategy positions them as significant disruptors, potentially challenging market leaders to adapt and innovate more rapidly to meet the evolving demands of the AI-driven future. This cloud collaboration is a game changer. Next, we're diving into the volatile world of crypto and Gemini's bold IPO plans. Crypto exchange Gemini's IPO with Ripple's stablecoin backing. Gemini, the cryptocurrency exchange founded by the Winklevoss twins, has officially filed for an initial public offering, IPO, on Nasdaq, aiming to list under the ticker GEMI. In a significant pre-IPO financing move, Gemini has secured a $75 million credit facility from Ripple Labs, with the potential to expand to $150 million. Notably, this facility includes provisions for borrowing in Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin, signaling a deepening integration between the two entities and a strategic play for liquidity amidst challenging financial conditions. The credit agreement, detailed in Gemini's SEC filing on August 15, 2025, carries annual interest rates of 6.5% or 8.5% and requires collateral. This move enhances Gemini's balance sheet flexibility as it prepares for public markets. However, the exchange faces considerable financial headwinds. Gemini reported a net loss of $282.5 million in the first half of 2025, a stark increase from the $41.4 million loss in the same period of 2024. Total revenue for the first 6 months of 2025 was $67.9 million, down from $74.3 million in 2024. For the entirety of 2024, Gemini incurred a net loss of $158.5 million on revenues of $142.2 million. Gemini's IPO aspirations coincide with a broader resurgence in the crypto industry's pursuit of public listings, particularly following Donald Trump's return to the White House. The perceived easing of regulatory enforcement by the SEC and the current administration's pro-crypto stance have created a more favorable environment. Industry analysts, such as Bitwise Chief Investment Officer Matthew Haugen, had anticipated 2025 to be a landmark year for crypto IPOs, predicting listings from companies like Circle and Kraken. Circle has already made its NYSE debut, and Bullish followed suit in August, validating these predictions. The inclusion of Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin in Gemini's credit facility is a significant development, potentially elevating the stablecoin's institutional adoption. By allowing additional borrowings in RLUSD beyond the initial $75 million threshold, Gemini could position RLUSD as a credible competitor to established stablecoins like USDT and USDC. This strategic alignment also supports Ripple's broader objective to expand its institutional footprint, especially following the recent surge in XRP's value and its ongoing initiatives in real-world asset tokenization. Leading the IPO effort are major financial institutions including Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, and Cantor Fitzgerald, with Academy Securities and Amory Vet Securities acting as co-managers. While pricing and deal size remain undisclosed, Gemini has stated that proceeds will be allocated to general corporate purposes and the repayment of existing debt. The exchange operates under a dual-entity structure, with Gemini Trust based in New York and Moonbase in Florida, designed to maintain operational agility while navigating state-specific regulatory landscapes. The crypto market continues to show strong momentum, with reports suggesting that exchanges like Kraken and firms such as Grayscale are also exploring public offerings. Major crypto-associated companies like Coinbase and MicroStrategy have experienced notable stock price recoveries, indicating renewed institutional confidence in the digital asset sector. The current regulatory climate, bolstered by executive actions and proposals favoring digital assets, suggests a more accommodating approach to the cryptocurrency space. Gemini's IPO journey is certainly one to watch. Now, let's warp back in time for a legendary space mission that defied the odds. Gemini V, an 8-day space saga against all odds. This is the story of Gemini V, a mission that pushed the boundaries of human spaceflight, demonstrating incredible resilience when faced with critical equipment failure. The mission's launch was nearly flawless, marred only by brief, potentially hazardous pogo vibrations that fortunately subsided quickly. Once in orbit, the astronauts successfully jettisoned the Rendezvous Evaluation Pod, REP, though it did travel faster than anticipated, which posed no issue for the planned docking practice. The mission's primary challenge arose when a brand-new, first-time-in-space fuel cell malfunctioned. As oxygen pressure began to drop precipitously, astronaut Cooper, temporarily out of contact with mission control, was forced to shut down the affected systems. This critical failure jeopardized the mission's ambitious 8-day duration, as the backup batteries could only sustain the capsule for a limited time. The planned rendezvous with the REP was subsequently abandoned, leaving the core mission objectives in jeopardy without a fix. Upon re-establishing radio contact, Mission Control immediately convened experts to assess the situation. Initial troubleshooting revealed that the circuit breaker for the oxygen tank heater had tripped. Despite attempts to reset it, the breaker remained ineffective. Without the fuel cell, the mission's 8-day objective was unattainable, as the backup power was insufficient. 3 immediate return-to-Earth plans were formulated, targeting a splashdown in Zone 4, the Pacific Ocean, during one of the next 3 orbits. Time magazine reported on the unfolding drama. Back at NASA's Houston control room, Flight Director Chris Kraft's ground crew was growing more and more worried about the unheated fuel for the fuel cells. The pressure kept falling. It was already dangerously low at 180 psi. Because the radar, radio, and computer would use up too much power, Chris Kraft decided against any further maneuvers with the pod. He went into a huddle with his fuel cell engineers, assured that the pressure was far too low for normal operation. Kraft immediately planned for the crew's safety. Against the growing probability that the mission would have to be aborted early, he ordered 4 Air Force planes to move into position in the Pacific for a possible emergency splashdown some 490 miles north and east of Hawaii. A Navy destroyer and oiler in the vicinity were alerted to stand by. Radioed Cooper, "We've decided we're going to have to either re-enter early or else power down." Kraft promptly ordered him to shut off as many systems as possible. Engineers conducted tests on a ground-based fuel cell, confirming it could operate under low-pressure conditions. Mission Control devised Plan B, closely monitor the capsule's fuel cell oxygen pressure until Orbit 6, at which point a go-no-go decision would be made for initiating re-entry. Miraculously, the pressure stabilized, albeit at a low level. The decision was made to proceed with the mission, foregoing an early re-entry. While contingency plans for an emergency re-entry remained in place, the stabilized pressure ensured adequate electricity generation, allowing the mission to continue as further diagnostics were performed. Systems were gradually brought back online, with the fuel cell's performance closely monitored. Each activation showed stable, albeit low, oxygen pressure, and sufficient power continued to be generated. By the second day of the mission, it became evident that the fuel cell could provide adequate power, making the primary objective of an 8-day mission feasible. Intriguingly, oxygen pressure gradually increased over the remainder of the mission. NASA's explanation points to a likely transient short in the oxygen tank heater circuit that tripped a breaker, causing the heater to fail for the mission's duration. Forensic analysis post-mission found no persistent shorts. Meanwhile, Buzz Aldrin, armed with his MIT doctorate in orbital mechanics, developed a contingency plan, a virtual rendezvous with a fixed point in orbit, substituting for the failed rep rendezvous. On day 3, this innovative plan was put to the test, and the Gemini capsule successfully rendezvoused with this virtual space vehicle, marking another significant milestone. Despite the initial fuel cell issue and a minor thruster malfunction, the mission successfully completed all but one experiment. The virtual rep rendezvous proved the feasibility of orbital rendezvous maneuvers. Astronaut Conrad humorously described the latter half of the mission as uneventful, quipping that he wished he'd brought a book and referring to the capsule as an 8 days in a garbage can. What an incredible display of engineering and human spirit. That wraps up our deep dives for today. Stay tuned for a quick recap and our full call to action. That's all the incredible tech news we have for you today. We saw Gemini potentially outshining ChatGPT according to prediction markets, Google Cloud and Oracle teaming up for an AI revolution, Gemini Exchange making waves with its IPO plans, and a Ripple stablecoin partnership. And we took a trip back to a nail-biting Gemini space mission. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to ChatGPT Insights for more cutting-edge updates, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let us know in the comments which story excited you the most, and follow us on all social platforms for even more AI and tech insights. Until next time, stay curious.